Still at it. You see, still at it. These guys never stop. You know, they see me here. I tell them, don't cut the grass. There's nothing to cut. Like, look at it. There's literally, it's all like, it's fall, man. There's nothing to cut. So, anyways, here I am. AJ's back. It's 11:15 for the record, right? It's what is it? Wednesday, the 24th day of September 2025. All right. So now, apparently, you know, I have now to keep bleeding and try and put sense into my surety's head that they are, you know, complicit if they don't understand the rules of the law and law of hierarchies. So again, court injunction, demanding a court injunction, right, for, you know, the charges against me and the unlawful release order, which was the result of unlawful detention and arrest, right? So, and again, there's no publication ban on the accused. It's a public trial. Public trial with a jury, public inquiry before the Supreme Court of Canada, and public trial with a jury. That's what's it called. So, just simply asserting and standing for my natural right and freedom of expression and, right, association, belief, and expression. I cause no harm. Justice must be served. True justice, that is. Not, it's acting in good faith first and uphold the rule of the law second. So, as far as I'm concerned, we had, when I say we, myself, AJ, and my ex-wife, which is the named defendant in this lawsuit, civil and criminal claim, for breach of trust, and unilaterally seeking to modify otherwise amicable divorce agreement before the Superior Court of Justice in Quebec, simply because her man does not consent to the fuckery of the Western Quebec School Board and South Hall Elementary School, and refused to give consent, parental consent. So his child daughter, age 10, not even, she has not even turned 10. She just celebrated her 10th birthday and I did not, and she did not get to see her father. Natural right as a father, no matter what, that's a child and a father. That's a holy bond you can never break. She carries not only my last name, she is a shard of me. She has my seed. So there you go. I'm reclaiming not only my name, right, and issue the executive order to transfer all assets and liability of the trust in my SIM card 527-514-186, right? Again, below, to the sole authorized trustee, that is myself, AJ, with Scotiabank, right here. I'll provide the information as well, so I need that to be approved so I can take the court order and go to the bank, say, listen, I need a trust account for private purposes. It's called formal trust. And I will be labeling and naming all the beneficiary of that trust. AJ would be the sole director and trustee of this trust in my name, legal name, right? Inc. That's what it is. A federally recognized corporation, because we now live in a, you know, the industrial revolution 4.0. So it's all about money, transaction. So you have to have a digital footprint, and I am the brand, I am the face of my business. 613 Solar is my social media profile, and you can search me in Google, and that will lead you to my social media as well as my business and personal brand website, solarwatts.io. So, buddy, how are you?
Good, you?
Good, man. It's Pedro, right?
Sorry?
Was it Pedro, right? Pedro? Was
Austin.
it? Oh, Austin, my bad, man. How are you, man?
Good, you? You want this done?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. No, we're good here, brother.
Okay.
We're good. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's Austin there, you know. It's a good man. Always make sure that, you know, you're okay with the cut. Before he proceeds, he asks you, you're okay? I'm like, yeah, we're good. Thank you. So, easy peasy. life. You know, you show a smile and you shake hands with people, and they'll let you be. So anyways, so yeah, that's basically now we back to the executive order, and we must have a safeguard measure, because now it involves the natural person of the subject, myself. So under fundamental natural rights and freedom, which are unalienable, unmutable, granted at birth. So my birthday, July 27, 1985. There we go. I've posted all the supporting documents and evidence to prove who I am and myself. So you know, it's not a difficult concept for getting a grant for, or you know, an appearance, right? To appear before the Supreme Court of Canada. And it's not like you're going in person. You know, we have to utilize the technology. So you know, I'll go in person, and I'm denied entry because I have to book with the registry office first before I have the right to go and you know, seek justice. I mean, why are we living in Canada and having one of the you know, two renowned, you know, we pride ourselves with the, you know, two most renowned judiciary system, right, under secular laws as well as common law, but you don't have to argue those two. Natural law. Well, remember, when you are sleeping, your enemy is plotting. And at this point, when, you know, it has time and time again, when I'm saying it's been 5 times, like, not 1, 2, 3, 5 times, right? We can count how many times we went to jail. First time was on the 17th of November 2023. I was thrown in custody, released on a promissory note, basically, after some extended time, to appear before the court on the 15th of March of 2024, right, because this took place on the incident 17th day of November 2023. You know, basically released on a promissory note. 15th of March 2024 would have been my first court appearance. It was. And a week before that, I would have presumably was asked to appear to the same police station to volunteer my fingerprints, which now they have obtained unlawfully, right? Not just fingerprints, but also pushing pressure, so to get the full palm. But what about my feet? I mean, you know, my feet. You know, I'm not just 9 fingers in Ottawa, and then, you know, suddenly I have 10 fingers in Quebec, right? So they unlawfully obtained my fingerprints later on when I had gone through court motion in Quebec through the lower courts. I went to March 15 court date. I was given the disclosure, and I was basically advised to come for the next court date on the 2nd of May to basically decide on the trial type. And I had gone to the next second date, elected to go before a superior court, public trial with a jury, that is. And then I was requesting to have a public inquiry, and part of that also a judiciary process review. All part of a public inquiry, because here I am, I believe that my fundamental unalienable natural rights and freedom have been violated. You know, it costed me a cracked tooth, and you know, I just basically fell a few days ago, right? Or last week, as I was incarcerated without a just cause. So again, just to recap, November 17th incident, March 15, first court date. A week before that was supposed to volunteer my fingerprints. I did not show up. I had no reason to volunteer my fingerprints. May 2nd, I appeared to before justice, and I was basically given the option to, once I elected the public trial with the jury, public inquiry. I was given a date on July the 2nd, 2024. Just a few days before that, on the 28th, essentially I received communication, correspondence from the courthouse, Crown Prosecutor Office, so to speak, all in French. Okay, I put it into Google Translate, French to English, and the gist of it that basically the public inquiry, since I asked for the parties in question to be present in person, so we can do cross-examination of questioning. Because remember, it's you know, if you call the cops, there must have been something done, but now, if I did nothing wrong and, you know, I sustained the bodily harm and undo, right? Undo bodily harm, and now not only emotional. I have not seen my daughter for over a year. Have not spoken with her because last I checked, we had a amicable divorce agreement. So before we get to that, so now I go to the July 2nd date. It has been postponed to the 16th of August. So I happily go to the 16th of August, and I have a record. I have a picture of me smiling ear to ear when I was released. I wasn't released, so to speak, but when I had gone through my court motion, because suddenly now I have a trial going on behind closed doors and the proceeding, and the Crown prosecutor was counting on, perhaps hoping, wishing for the fact that I had appeared late and, self-litigation, represented litigant, so to speak. If you're accused, you're self-represented, well, you are waiting until afternoon most of the time. So I appeared around 10 o'clock, only for me to be allowed in at 11 or so. And again, public record, transcript, which sought to obtain, and unless it has been tampered with and erased, well, we know what the record is. August the 16th, 2024, court number 8. The proceeding took place from 9 o'clock till shortly after 11:20, I would say. I was there for less than 5 minutes, and I got cleared from the first charges on first account of mischief and break and entry. So the motion was for the Crown prosecutor to drop the charges, and now on the second motion was to change from section blah 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 to section blah blah blah, which essentially I said verbatim, what is this mumbo jumbo? And essentially you were going from indictable offense to summary conviction. Are you still guilty? Well, I'm not guilty, so I did not consent, and therefore the judge had requested we get a date for the Superior Court of Justice in Quebec, because this was, as far as I'm concerned, unlawful trial. I had been expecting to have a public inquiry, only for you to proceed after having postponing my first public inquiry date on the 2nd of July to the 16th of August, and now suddenly show up. I was there at 10 o'clock. I appeared. I presented myself, the accused, only for the event to transpire the way they transpired. So essentially I was given a court date on the 10th of September 2024 for my Superior Court of Justice in Quebec. So a week after, about on the 24th of August, unfortunately, time happens, things happen, I get pulled over again. Allegedly suspended driver license, no problem. I mean, I did not know, that's fine, that's, again, we have to go through the public inquiry. And the record they have, so now suddenly I'm being, subject to a clear violation of my jurisdiction. Opening the door without even presenting himself. This is the junior officer who was brought into this land, Canada, right? The great, beautiful land, and we call Canada. Perhaps under some work permit. Well, again, his word, not my word. I mean, how is it possible that a cop, a junior in his position, 9 months in, not just in service in Canada, again, we have public inquiry for a reason. So essentially I was stopped, and essentially, I was released the first time around with 2 offenses under the Highway Traffic Act, and they call it the Cannabis Act, right? Because suddenly for having 4 grams or less, it's legal under the act. It's legal, and nothing I'm doing is illegal in nature, so I'm within the rule of the law, and I'm going from point A to point B. I cause no harm, and have a clear record, both driving as well as criminal, 0.